Ladies, I need you to stop whatever you're doing right now. Because in the next few moments, I'm going to show you exactly how to unlock a level of power, control, and magnetic authority that most women spend their entire lives dreaming about, but never dare to take. Picture this: the city lights sparkling beneath my penthouse suite, a glass of chilled champagne in my hand, my hair perfectly tousled, the softest golden rim light catching every curve, every edge of me. And in that exact moment, I realized something profound. Every modern woman secretly craves the power trip that comes from being unapologetically, extravagantly in charge of her own life, her own energy, her own world, not in a bratty, attention-seeking way, but in a way that commands attention, respect, and desire from everyone around her, without her ever raising her voice, without her ever demanding, and without her ever begging. I want you to imagine me walking slowly into my closet, every piece of couture hanging perfectly aligned, every Chanel bag, Hermes Birkin, Louboutin heels in their designated place, every shimmer, every sparkle reflecting not just light, but my energy, my control, my ability to curate every aspect of my world with precision, intention, and flair. That energy, queen, is irresistible. I remember one night in particular. A man I'd casually known for months, a man used to being in control, used to dictating terms, used to feeling powerful, was suddenly the one waiting outside my door. His energy recalibrated, his attention fully captured, because I had subtly, without a word, shifted the frequency of our entire dynamic. And in that moment, I understood. The power trip every modern woman secretly wants isn't about money. It isn't about dominance in a conventional sense. It isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about creating a world where your energy alone dictates the terms, the interactions, the alignment, and the devotion of those around you. I have perfected this over years, learning the delicate, nuanced balance between subtlety and dominance, between luxury and restraint, between scarcity and magnetism. I've observed it in boardrooms, penthouse parties, hotel suites, private jets, and exclusive galas. Women who radiate a quiet, controlled, commanding energy, not loud, not desperate, not cheap. Those women are the ones who shape outcomes, influence decisions, and draw the highest caliber of attention without even trying. And let me be crystal clear. Queen, this isn't about being manipulative. It isn't about seduction for survival. It is about mastery. It is about strategy. It is about embodying a frequency that automatically elevates your environment, the people in it, and the experiences you attract. I recall a very specific evening when I wore a crimson silk gown that clung to me like a second skin, a subtle gold necklace glinting at my collarbone, and I walked into a private dinner event where every man in the room, the ones used to attention, used to power, used to control, suddenly turned in my direction, not because I demanded it, not because I spoke, but because my energy, my posture, my presence announced something louder than words ever could. I am the prize. I am the queen. And the entire room, without exception, adjusted their behavior to match the energy I emitted. That, my loves, is the essence of the power trip. Every modern woman secretly wants it because it allows her to reclaim authority, sovereignty, and unapologetic value in a world that is constantly telling her to shrink, to compromise, to play small. And I promise you, once you learn to embody that energy, once you understand the subtle art of influence, scarcity, and magnetism, your life will begin to shift in ways you never thought possible. Men who were previously indifferent become attentive. Opportunities that seemed unreachable begin to align effortlessly. Your social and professional spheres recognize your presence. And more importantly, you feel it in your bones with unwavering certainty that you are operating from a frequency that is rare, magnetic, and untouchable. This is the luxury of power, queen, and it is something you were born to wield. Now, let's go even deeper, because understanding the power trip is one thing, but living it, breathing it, and leveraging it daily. That's where the transformation happens. I want you to picture me sitting in my penthouse suite, the golden city lights reflecting off the crystal glass in my hand, my silk robe draped perfectly over my shoulder, the soft sound of classical music filling the background. And in that space, I am fully aware of the energy I project, the energy I command, the energy that dictates who gets in and who stays out. I remember vividly the first time I consciously applied this mastery. I had been in a casual situation with a man, a high-value man in his own right, and I recognized that I was the one holding the power, whether I claimed it or not. Instead of adjusting to his schedule, his expectations, or his moods, I subtly shifted mine. I became deliberate, intentional, selective. Every message I sent, every appearance I made, every reaction I gave, was calculated to communicate scarcity, value, and demand for alignment. The result: the man, who had previously been distant, inconsistent, and slightly inattentive, suddenly found himself fully engaged, fully committed, fully present because the energy I emitted communicated something he could not ignore. Access to me is a privilege. Devotion is required. Respect is non-negotiable. And this is the essence of the modern woman's power trip. It's not about being petty. It's not about playing games. It's about operating from a frequency that naturally commands alignment, attention, and investment without you ever asking, pleading, or explaining yourself. I want you to understand that this is not hypothetical. I have applied this across all areas of my life: relationships, business, social settings, and the results are always the same. Those who previously dictated terms now align. Those who ignored now seek engagement. Those who underestimated now invest. Because high-value energy is magnetic, irresistible, and non-negotiable. I remember one luxurious evening when I hosted a dinner for an exclusive circle of entrepreneurs, celebrities, and influencers. I orchestrated the entire event with subtle cues. My arrival, my attire, my timing, even the positioning of my seat at the table. Every detail strategically designed to convey control, poise, and dominance. And queen, the reactions were intoxicating. Every guest, without conscious thought, adjusted to my energy. Conversations paused when I entered. Attention shifted to me without a word. Gestures and offerings flowed naturally in my direction. That, my loves, is the power trip in its purest form. When your energy alone dictates outcomes. When your presence alone inspires respect, admiration, and devotion. When your standards are understood without explanation. When scarcity becomes a tool, and alignment becomes a reward. I've had men cancel plans, rearrange schedules, fly across states, even change business decisions, simply because my energy communicated that I am not negotiable. I am selective, I am rare, and I am worth the effort. And this isn't about being cruel, it's about sovereignty. Queen, it's about realizing that your energy is the most powerful asset you own, that your presence is currency, and that your life, your time, and your devotion are to be treated as precious and rare commodities. You will never need to chase. You will never need to plead. You will never need to compromise. Instead, by mastering this energy, by curating your presence, by elevating your standards, you invite only what aligns, only what honors, and only what elevates your life and your frequency. I remember one particularly stunning moment when a man, accustomed to control and attention, was entirely disarmed by my quiet, deliberate, unapologetic presence. The way I smiled faintly, the subtle tilt of my head, the slow, deliberate movements that communicated mastery without needing words. He became completely attentive, completely present, completely devote, not because I demanded it, but because my energy dictated it. And queen, this is exactly what every modern woman secretly craves. The intoxicating, rare, magnetic, self-sovereign energy that transforms every interaction into a moment of power, every relationship into an opportunity to command respect, and every decision into a reflection of your mastery. The luxury is not in the possessions, the money, or the accolades. It is in the frequency you maintain, the energy you project, the aura you embody, and the subtle dominance you wield effortlessly in every space you occupy. I have seen it. I have lived it. I have wielded it. And the results are nothing short of transformative. And now, I want you to feel it too. The rise of your own energy. The magnetic pull you hold over opportunities and people. The undeniable allure of being unapologetically rare, selective, and sovereign. This is not a lesson, it is a lifestyle. This is not advice, it is a command. Align with your energy. Elevate your presence. Demand devotion. And watch as your life begins to orbit around your frequency. Because once you embody it fully, Queen, nothing in the world can ignore it, resist it, or diminish it. And now, let's close this journey with the most intoxicating truth. The power trip every modern woman secretly wants is fully attainable, fully yours, and fully magnetic when you claim it. Imagine me walking through a private art gallery, crimson silk gown trailing behind me, golden chandelier light reflecting in my hair, the soft hum of classical music in the background, and every person in the room, without exception, subtly shifting to acknowledge my presence, to honor my energy, to unconsciously recalibrate around my frequency. That is not luck, Queen, that is mastery. That is the art of living deliberately, of projecting intention, of curating an existence where your value is communicated through presence, posture, gaze, and energy alone. I remember one evening when a man, usually cold, distant, and indifferent, suddenly became attentive, responsive, and fully present, simply because I held my energy, maintained my boundaries, and allowed scarcity and desire to do the work for me. I didn't need to beg, to flirt excessively, or to chase. I simply embodied the Queen frequency. And the universe, and those in it, responded instantly. And this is the essence of the modern woman's secret craving. She wants to experience control without compromise, influence without effort, and devotion without negotiation. It is intoxicating because it is rare. It is powerful because it is authentic. And it is irresistible because it emanates from a frequency that is magnetic, selective, and sovereign. I have applied this principle in every aspect of my life: relationships, career, social environments, personal branding, and every single time. The results are the same. Attention, respect, desire, and alignment flow naturally to me, simply because my energy dictates it. I remember a private dinner I orchestrated for a group of high-value men. The subtle tilt of my head, the quiet confidence in my voice, the intentional pauses, the delicate play of silk fabric against my skin. Each gesture communicated power, scarcity, and magnetic value. And the room shifted in response. Men I had known for years suddenly elevated their behavior. Strangers approached with genuine interest and admiration. And even my peers subconsciously aligned their interactions to match my energy. And Queen, this is exactly what you deserve. To feel the thrill of influence, the magnetic pull of attention, the validation of your own value without compromise or chase. It is not arrogance. It is awareness. It is not manipulation. It is mastery. It is not showmanship. It is sovereignty. I have witnessed women transform their lives simply by embracing this energy, claiming their space, maintaining boundaries, radiating rarity, and allowing their frequency to attract only what is worthy of them. It is not about possessions, appearances, or superficial gestures. It is about cultivating an aura of high-value energy, unapologetically, deliberately, and consistently. Once you understand this, Queen, every interaction becomes an opportunity to assert your value. Every relationship becomes a reflection of your standards. Every experience becomes a canvas on which your energy paints authority, allure, and control. I want you to feel this in your bones. The next time you enter a room, the next time you engage with someone, the next time you make a decision, let your energy dictate the terms. Let your aura communicate worth. Let your presence command attention. Let your boundaries enforce respect. Every modern woman secretly wants this power trip because it is the ultimate expression of feminine sovereignty, self-respect, and magnetic influence. And now, it is yours to claim. So walk into your life tomorrow with the awareness that you are not negotiating your worth. You are radiating it, not chasing attention, but attracting devotion, not lowering your standards, but commanding alignment. Because once you embody this frequency fully, nothing in the world can resist you, ignore you, or diminish you. Comment "I needed this" if you feel this shift. Subscribe to continue absorbing the frequencies that elevate your energy. Turn on notifications because your next step in mastery is already waiting. And remember, Queenie, your power trip is not a dream. It is a reality. And it begins with the energy you choose to radiate today. Embrace it, embody it, own it, and watch the world reshape itself to meet the queen you were always meant to be.